Oroko is an ethnic group in the southwest region made up of several clans. The villages are spread across the region, specifically in Ndian and Mehmet divisions, where they constitute more than 3/4 of the population in each of these divisions. They belong to the coastal Bantu group, widely known as Sawa. The Orokos are located in the north of Mount Cameroon, with the Mongo River on the right and the Atlantic Ocean on the left. The clans extend as far as Manfe, Bakassi and Korop National Park. Early Oroko history is hard to find in written sources, therefore relies mostly on oral history to trace their origins. While many Oroko people do not claim their origins to a common ancestor, a majority of them trace their ancestry to a man named Ngowe, son of Nebongo. Some versions of history holds that Ngowe lived in Bakota, present-day Gabon, and migrated with his brothers Mbidi and Ngase to a place called Piti in Cameroon. Bidi's sons, Ewale and Dibongo, later found the Douala and Malimba. Meanwhile, Ngowe's sons found the various tribes occupying the slopes of Mount Cameroon. Another version of history holds that Ngowe appeared on the Mount Cameroon. This narrative features in the origins of the Bakossi people. It is most likely that Ngowe is a mythical figure, just like Nebongo, his father. A more plausible version of oral history is that the Oroko people are primarily descended from an earlier Bateka people who later became known as the Batanga. 7 families got separated during the Batanga Wars and settled in Calabar, Nigeria, Bima, Bakundu, Batanga, Ngolo, Balwe, and then the Barombi. Oroko now has over 250 villages and towns with more than 240,000 inhabitants. During the early colonial days, a majority of the coastal people were known as the Balondos. They now identify themselves as different ethnic groups like Balongs, Barombis, Bakoles, Isangeles, Korop, and Bafo. The word Oroko is a common expression to mean welcome. Ngrime of Iboko Ngolo opposed the name with a logical argument that the name Oroko may simply imply that they are welcome in a foreign land. However, the name Oroko prevailed since Ngrime did not have followers. The largest cosmopolitan village is Ekondo Titi, and Dikome Balwe is the largest indigenous village. The men dress themselves in sanja, wrapped around their waist in a masculine fashion over multicolored jumper, although today it has been narrowed down to a wide long-sleeve shirt. So much of the Oroko culture is shared with the ethnic groups that surround them. They claim to have found the Ekpe Secret Society, a type of Masonic organization which traditionally kept the peace in the Bight of Biafra. Oroko people equally share several cultural traits with the Bakwere and Bamoko people. Traditional Oroko society was organized according to social castes. At the helm were the freeborn natives who possessed the right to own landed property. Then the foreigners, and at the bottom the slaves. The Oroko people speak the Oroko language. Linguists have, however, treated the dialects of each clan as a separate language. The Oroko lean toward a matrilineal traditional succession. Polygamy was very common among the natives in the past, but the acceptance of Christianity has crippled this practice. The Oroko worship a sky god, a supreme being which communicated to them through their ancestors, Mulimi. The economic activities of the Oroko have always been diverse. The production of palm oil is an age-old economic activity for the Oroko man. Others dwell on fishing, while others on agriculture. The cultivation of cocoa as a cash crop has taken the center stage among the Oroko people. If there is one thing to acknowledge about an Oroko man besides his rich cultural background and natural intelligence, is his hospitality. Oroko has produced iconic figures who have graced the political landscape in Cameroon in the likes of Honorable Joshua Ossi, Honorable N.N. Mbile, and Chief N.N. Mbile.